This is Manga Shokai, and today we're going to be doing my July 2020 manga haul video. I got this package today from Mandarake, where I get a lot of my manga. Good for old stuff, also new stuff, just basically anything you want from Japan. And yeah, I'm gonna open this up now. Come this nice bubble wrap. Get this out real quick. Move that out of the way. Oh, yes. Yep. Oh, wow, this is in really good condition. So yeah, this is all 16 volumes of Ranwei de Warate, Smile Down the Runway. The first volume cover right here. This had an anime this past winter that I thought was alright, but I will say that the manga is definitely a lot better. Let me get this out of the plastic real quick. Smile Down the Runway is a story of two protagonists. You have Chiyuki Fujito, who dreams of walking down the runway in Paris, except she's too short to be a professional model. And we also have Iketo Tsumura, who wants to be a fashion designer, but also has to balance taking care of his three sisters and his sickly mother. So they're both kind of traditional shonen protagonists in that they have a backstory of hardship that they have to overcome to reach their dreams. And that's basically what I love about this series as a whole. It's a shonen series through and through, but it applies those familiar shonen tropes to the mostly unfamiliar premise of fashion. Like I mentioned, you have your upstart protagonist, you have like special abilities, or in this case, more like special skills. You have rivalries, competition. Basically, the first half of the manga so far is just a huge tournament arc. And yeah, I've been following this ever since before the anime started. I've been keeping up with this online through the Comic Days app with a Shonen Magazine subscription. And yeah, this is a really underrated shonen that I would love to see have a physical release in English. Right now, it only has a digital release. So if you're one of those people who wants to see this physically released in English, then yeah, go tell Kodansha to make this available. I'm going to show off all the covers now. This is volume 2. Volume 1's up here. This is the more familiar one. Volume 3 is the sisters. Volume 4 is Kokoro, another model. Volume 5 is To Ayano, another fashion designer. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And so yeah, I guess the cool thing about the release as well that I got here is that some of these are still wrapped in the plastic, like this one here. You can see the price information. That basically means that this is a brand new volume, which Mandarake, usually you can buy like a lot of used manga there, but occasionally they'll have new volumes in stock, so that's something that's pretty cool. We're going to be going through my haul from last week. I got it from CD Japan, so this is all going to be new stuff. Starting off, we have this series here. It's called Kimi no koto ga daidaidaidaidaisuki no 100人の kanojo, or in English, the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. And it's basically the most ridiculous harem series that you can imagine. The protagonist, Rentaro Aijo, he starts off having just gotten his 100th rejection, and he's like really down on his luck about that, and he's at the temple kind of praying, and then suddenly he runs into the god of love, who basically tells him, hey, you're going to have 100 encounters with soulmates. But the thing is, if you choose one of those soulmates over any of the others, then everyone else is going to die. And so, of course, our intrepid protagonist, he decides, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to make all 100 of these soulmates mine. We're all going to be happy together. And so basically, first chapter, he meets two girls and they immediately, of course, fall in love with him. And so that's basically where he starts. This is actually volume 2. So this is like kind of the next two girls. You have Nano, who's in the back. She's like kind of the cool, like kudere type. And then on the left is Shizuka. She's like very quiet, so quiet that she literally can only speak through like lines of books she has stored on her phone. So yeah, this is a Young Jump series, so runs in the same magazine as like Kaguya-sama and other things. So I'll just show this off real quick. So yeah, I'm actually keeping up with this series as well through the Jump Plus app. I am a chapter behind most of the time, but the magazine takes enough hiatuses that it's not a huge deal. Whenever it's a week off, I can just catch up and I'm like technically on the latest chapter. So yeah, if you're into your harems and you are tired of all the waifu war nonsense, like, oh, best girl, I think this is a series that you might want to check out if it ever gets released in English, just because, you know, hey, this dude's trying to build basically the largest harem ever. It's a lot of fun. And set that aside. Next up, the series I actually haven't read yet, but I've just been collecting it because I think it looks really cool. This series is called Shy, volume 3 here and volume 4 here. What I know of this, it's kind of a superhero story, like along the veins of My Hero Academia. The world structure is a little bit different in that this is a much more open world in that we see what's going on in the other nations, and each nation has a designated superhero. I've skimmed through a little bit of the first volume, so I'm just going off what I know of that, and Shy is the name of the Japanese hero. This series is just a story of her growth as a person, kind of overcoming that to like become, I guess, more of a hero. Again, I haven't read this yet, so I can't speak too much onto like what the actual plot of it is, but I do think that it's pretty cool that there's basically all the heroes that have played like a prominent role that I've seen so far are girls. Like here, I think it just says she's a Swiss hero. Here, let's see, Swiss no hero no tsundere kango gakusei. So like she's a nursing student apparently. And then volume 4 here has I think I don't know, Russian hero if I remember correctly. I'll probably get around to reading it pretty soon once I kind of clear up my backlog. So yeah, that's Shy. And so next up is something that I've been meaning to collect for a pretty long time, but I guess just never gotten around to it now. It is, of course, 10 volumes of Houseki no Kuni, Land of the Lustrous. I watched the anime of this back in 2017, shortly after it came out. I think it was right around when Amazon cleared up their anime only subscription and made it all a part of Prime. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch a bunch of things at Prime. And Land of the Lustrous was one of the first things that I watched, and I remember it as being really cool. There's very much a lot of the story left to tell from the anime. There was only 12 episodes. If I were to guess, maybe like the first 3-4 volumes-ish from what I could tell of the covers. I was just really like enthralled by the overall aesthetic of the series, both in the anime and even like just looking at the manga panels. The cool thing about the Japanese release of this series is, if you can see it here, it basically has this like shiny effects to it, which I don't know if it's in the English release or not. But basically, yeah, I really love like how the cover's like kind of shiny like that, and it's on all the covers. So yeah, it's a really cool series. Really looking forward to getting to read this. Again, I have a decent sized backlog that I want to get through, but yeah, that's Land of the Lustrous. And I got one last series I'm going to show off. This is a series that I'm pretty unfamiliar with, but it runs in the same magazine as Land of the Lustrous, Monthly Afternoon by Kodansha, probably my favorite manga magazine right now. And it's this series right here called Tengoku Daimakyo. I think in English it's called Heavenly Delusion. Again, can't speak too much of this series yet. There have been a few manga tubers who have reviewed this as well. That's kind of what piqued my interest with it. And like I mentioned, it runs in afternoon. And also the author is kind of well known. It's Ishiguro Masakazu, who previously wrote a work called Sore demo machi wa mowatte iru. It's like, and yet the town moves. I actually haven't read that yet either, but I have seen the anime opening for it. It looks like a lot of fun. This series I know is kind of a lot different vibes from Yet the Town Moves. This is more like post-apocalyptic mystery vibes. So yeah, this is first volume, second volume, third volume, fourth volume. I'm looking forward to getting into this, starting reading it, maybe do some like first impressions of it, of like these first 4 volumes, and then I can catch up to the rest of what the magazine has published but has been put into a volume yet through the, again, comic days. And so yeah, that's Heavenly Delusion. So yeah, this is my manga haul for the month of July. I do have a bunch more volumes coming in August, after which I would like to kind of tone it down just because I really don't have a lot of space in my apartment to keep all this manga that I really want to buy. If you liked the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time.